is the magnetizing current, and this knob gives you the accelerating voltage, right? So in this way we can control both. Either we can change the current, so that current, when I'm just changing this, you can see that there an illuminated circle has appeared inside the fine beam tube, which is basically a demonstration that how electrons are being circulated in external magnetic field. So this circle, the radius of this circle can be controlled by controlling both of the batteries, as you can see. So this knob is the accelerating voltage knob, and this knob is the magnetizing current knob. So it means that this battery is going to operate these coils, which are going to control the magnetic field, and we characterize it by the current of the coil, and the accelerating voltage is over here. Here we can set the voltage at different values. This is the accelerating voltage
by fixing the current.
And again we have another knob that is the same, that is the control knob for the voltage of the same battery which is running this Helmholtz coil. So it means that this knob here is for the deflecting voltage, for which we measure the current by this knob. So it means that if we set initially this knob, suppose at 150 volt. So this is our first step, that we will set our deflecting voltage knob at 150 volt for our first value,
and vary the current,
and we will vary the current
and measure the radius
of this particular circle, which is being traversed by the electron trajectory.
reverse current.
So we are going to just adjust this at 150 volt. This is our accelerating voltage. We can minimize it, we can also control it, and our accelerating we can keep it maximum initially, or for all values we can change the current, and by changing the current we change the radius of this circle. So in this way we can have a data set in which we can have different values of current using different radii by controlling the current value, in fact. So it means that when we adjust current at different values, you can see that the circle gets bigger or it becomes smaller, and here we can, by this scale, we can measure the radius of this circle. So we will initially measure the diameter. First we will put our clip at one edge, suppose at the right edge of this circle, and then at the left edge of this circle, and we will measure the value on the scale, and then we will subtract the higher value from the lower value, and by subtracting we will have the radius. We will measure the diameter of this circle, and that diameter will later on be used to calculate the radius of this circle. So we will have 2 to 3 values. For example, suppose we have changed current to a new value, and after we will record this value from the ammeter. Again we will measure the diameter of the circle by putting this clip on the edges of the circle, and we can have 2 to 3 values as per our convenience for one particular deflecting voltage value, and then we will change it to 200 volts, for example, and then we will again measure a set of radii, for example, for first value of current, for second value of current, and for third value of current. So we can take as much as values as we are convenient with, and we can have a data set. So in this way we can measure the radii, the current, and the voltages. So the current that we are going to measure, this will be our table of observation. So we can have different sets of values. For example, this is set 1. For set 1, our deflecting voltage is 150 volt. That is set by this particular knob. For set 2, our deflecting voltage will remain at 200 volts, and for set 3, our deflecting voltage will remain at 250 volts. So for every set of deflecting voltage, we are going to adjust the current of the circuit, that is the magnetizing current. So magnetizing current, you can see, that is the magnetizing current. So magnetizing current, we keep on changing the value from here. For example, suppose this is 0.5 ampere. First value can be 0.5 ampere, and we measure the corresponding radius of this circle. Then we take it to 1 ampere or maybe 2.7 ampere as the circuit is responding us, and again we will measure the radius. We will measure another, we will have another value of the radius, then another value of the radius, and then suppose we take current to 0.9 ampere, suppose 0.9 ampere, and then we again correspondingly measure the radius of the circle. So for all values, we will measure corresponding radii of the circle by using this scale. So then we are going to switch to set 2, for which we are going to adjust our magnetized deflection voltage to 200 volts again, and again we will have different current values, and correspondingly we will measure the radius of the trajectory of the circular trajectory of the electrons. Similarly, then we can have another set. Now we are going to make use of the equation, that is 2V naught B square R square. So here is our equation, 2V naught B square R square. So this V naught is the accelerating voltage. This V naught is the accelerating voltage. This V naught is the accelerating voltage, you can see, and its value is adjusted and measured using this voltmeter. It is 250 volts. So our accelerating voltage is 250 volts, and the deflecting voltage we are going to use to control the current, and by controlling the current we are going to make use of Ampere's law, that is mu naught times the current enclosed, and especially if we will use the expression for Helmholtz coils, you can also make use of the specific, that is basically a general form, but we can